Dallas Stars need to make a change, and they need to make it now. Now, where's the best place to make those changes for the roster, to make that Stanley Cup contender? Well, the free agency market, of course, as we welcome you in here to Stars Digest. Howdy, everybody. My name's Matthew Wagner. And listen, I'm going to ask you cowpokes one thing. I need you to subscribe to Stars Digest. 88% of you ain't subscribed yet. It's completely free. There is no hooting and hollering here. We're not trying to double wide you. It's daily updates on the Dallas Stars. So if you could help an old cowboy out and hit that subscribe button, that'd be great. Also, be sure to leave a like and a comment. That would be much appreciated. Thank you so much. Well, we got two comments today. The first one comes from David Grossman, 9165, that says, "Good job, dude, imaginative and creative." Well, David, thank you so much for those kind words, man. I'm glad you enjoy this stuff, man. I always try to keep it creative and imaginative. Always try to come up with new things to say, new updates and stuff like that. So, also, next one comes from Ernesto Salinas, 8231. It says, "Sign Robertson at all costs. Tyler, Ilya, Jamie, and Sagan, let them go." Ernesto, I'm going to agree with you on everything except the Sagan part. The Sagan issue is a little difficult because with Sagan, he's got 1 year left and he's injury prone, right? So I think you just let him, keep him on the roster, and then let his contract expire. Then either re-sign him or let him go, right? Those are just the things I would say in terms of letting and Jamie, Tyler, Ilya. I think you can package for a deal, and then just send them over to Vancouver Canucks. Shout out Mark Pye for that one. So we'll bring into the main scene here. Because before we even go into anything we're doing today, if you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health struggles, you should hear this. Recently, a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They knew their apps could contribute to anxiety, depression, and body image issues, and did not share those issues while prioritizing profits. The recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. Now, Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm they've caused. Click the link in the description, take a short quiz. You may be entitled to potential recovery over $1,000. Now back to the video. Well, the Dallas Stars need to make some changes. As Stevie Ray Vaughan once said, if you can't change it, you need to rearrange it. Well, the Stars need to rearrange some deck chairs here. And Jim Nill always leaves us with the things, the spicy quotes. We're a good team. I'm not going to go out and make a bunch of changes. Well, Jim Nill, and to top that off as well, if he does not want to make any changes, then he needs to figure out what to do about the Jamie Benn situation. Now, Benn could leave. It said there are 31 teams that Jamie Benn could help next season. The Stars happen to be the 32nd team. The Stars' stubbornness and unwillingness to make the tough choice, and how the Stars now need Ben to save them from themselves. So obviously Ben needs to save them from themselves, right? He needs to not come back. But here's the biggest thing I took out of this. The stubbornness and unwillingness. They can't keep kicking the can down the road, right? You can't just keep saddling up your old horse and riding along down the trail. It doesn't work like that, Jim. So Yahoo Sports said, Jim Nill must look beyond star power to fix depth scoring and defensive reliability. Discover which gritty veterans could provide the missing pieces for a championship roster. I could not agree more. So the Dallas Stars should, I think, personally should, as I said, and if you look at the last video, Tyler Myers and Ilya Bushkin are out. Bring in some of the young guys, right? Vladislav Kolyachonok, Emil Hemming. These are guys that are ready to prove what they know. They will be players to watch in development camp. But the thing is, he needs to get, the depth scoring, right? It wasn't there in the playoffs. It just wasn't. The only guy that scored really 5-on-5 was Maverick Borgen, and he might be shipped out of this place. So the Stars need to go into the free agency market and go grab some players. But before we do that, there's a fan there that says, for no reason whatsoever, players I'd trade before considering offers on Robertson: Hintz, Harley, Oettinger, Rantanen. Hintz, I don't think you can get rid of. You need center depth. Harley, yeah, maybe. I'll give you, I'll give you Quinn Hughes for Thomas Harley. How's that sound? That sound good? All right, that sounds good. Let's move on. Jake Oettinger, I think there's really no other goaltender you can really trade for Oettinger, at least get a package that would make sense, unless you have another franchise goaltender waiting in the wings, which the Stars really don't. And then Mikko Rantanen, yeah, listen. I wanted to speak on this a little bit. Hold on. This Cowboys needs a refresher. The Stars have an issue with the high name talent. Logan Stankoven would have been fine right now. Imagine what he could have done if he had played with the Dallas Stars this season. Imagine what he could have done in the playoffs. Mikko Rantan's a good player, yes, but he has struggled. He was injured. It just didn't work. I think looking back, this trade even looks worse now because, yes, Rantan can put up all the points he wants in the regular season, but come playoff time, it doesn't result in a cup, then the trade was for nothing. And the fact that Logan Stankoven is competing for a cup right now really just says it all about the trade. So let's say the Dallas Stars want to look at the free agency market. Who could the Stars go after? Well, glad you said that because there's a lot of unrestricted free agents and there's a lot of restricted free agents. Now, I doubt the Stars will put an offer sheet for any one of these players. Coder Gauthier, Trevor Zegras, Carlson, Dorofeev, Fantilli. Personally, I'd love to see Dorofeev come to the Dallas Stars. 37 goals. I'll trade you Mikko Rantanen for Dorofeev. My family calls him Dorothea. It's one of our friends' mom's names. Shout out Dorothea for that. I hope she watches this. Unrestricted free agents. Look at this. Darren Radish had 70 points, and he's only being paid $975,000. That is a player I would go get. I would get rid of Steele instantly and go grab Darren Radish. Talk, Ovechkin. I doubt he signs with the Dallas Stars. We already talked about a video on that in length. Zuccarello could be a guy, 54 points, still a good depth piece. You can get him for maybe on the cheap. Marcus Johansson, 49 points, $800,000. I mean, there are some cheap players on the market right now that the Dallas Stars could go out and get, and that would be unbelievable for them. There's a second screen to this. Here is Tarasenko, Asmus Anderson, Bobby McMahon, Mason Marchment can come back to the Dallas Stars. Jamie Benn, the $1 million deal. They could re-sign him if possible. I doubt they do because look at that. Corey Perry can come back. Had 17 goals. Love to see him back. Anze Kopitar is retiring, so he is still considered an unrestricted free agent, but he's retiring. Anders Lee, a little bit overpriced for what you're giving him. But honestly, if I were to go out, if I was the Dallas Stars, I'm going out. Personally, I'm going to get Darren Radish, Marcus Johansson. I'm signing them to contracts. And possibly I could make a case for Patrick Kane, right? 16 goals, 57 points. I mean, he broke Mike Modano's scoring record, so I think you could bring him in and just have him be a depth piece, and he because he wants another cup, and I don't think it's happening with Detroit. So, and then you look back to what Nill said about the 5-on-5 play, right? I don't think we got to the hard areas quick enough and hard enough. It's hard to score in these tight games. Well, easy games, some easy goals. Well, look at who's still on the John Carlson could, he's older, up in the tooth, $8 million. He's going to be free agent. You can get him for pretty cheap. That's another defenseman coming onto the team, right? That to me is where the money's going to lie for the Dallas Stars. Again, Rasmus Anderson, look at the 47 points for a $4.5 million deal. You're paying Thomas Harley $10 million, and he's really not produced that much, as much as Rasmus Anderson has. And not in terms of just points. I'm talking about when you watch the eye test and you watch him play. I think Rasmus Anderson's a better player, truly. As of right now, in terms of playoffs, he has been. Overall, I would give it to Harley. But right now, Rasmus Anderson, you can get him pretty cheap. He could be a depth defenseman for you. Vladimir Tarasenko, 23 goals and only $4.75 million. I think if the Wild don't re-sign him, because they're going to be focused on Quinn Hughes, you could go grab Vladimir Tarasenko. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys here. We bring it back to the main scene. I'm going to leave it up to you cowpokes out there watching Stars Digest. Who do you think the Dallas Stars should go out and get in free agency, if they even go free agency at all? Because I know Jim Nill says he's not going to make changes, but the Stars need to make them if they want to be a competitive team. Now, we'll look back to that quote from Yahoo Sports. They got to look beyond the star power, right? Depth scoring, defensive reliability. So let me know in the comments who you think the Dallas Stars should go get. My name's Matthew Wagner. Go Stars, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.